Hello, my name is Shejini. I'm so happy to be with you on this channel of Teaching Made Easy. Today we are going to talk about a very interesting concept that has to do with summarizing information or summarizing a complex concept, making it easy for learners to understand. So without much ado, let's get right onto it. Summarizing concept is a skill that every teacher needs to develop because there are topics or lessons that sometimes students find it very difficult to understand. And it is your duty as a teacher to develop the ability to break it down to bare bones so that they can understand what you're talking about. And if you want to do that, if you want to develop the skill of being able to summarize a concept, one of the things you have to keep an eye on is content mastery. If you do not have mastery of the content, it will be difficult for you to summarize anything, no matter how simple or complex it is. And mastery of content has the advantage in that when you understand a concept front, back, left, right, it is easy for you to know what details to trim out, what things are not important that you can keep out that sometimes confuses the students. Meanwhile, they would have taken the meat, you're giving them the bones or giving them things that are not important. The second thing of content, the second advantage of having content mastery is that it makes it easy for you to come up with a mind map. A mind map is like you have a main concept and the sub-concepts connecting to the main concept. So if you understand a lesson very well, if you have content mastery, it is easy for you to figure out what is the main concept, what are the sub-concepts, and it will be easy for you to come up with connections between the main and the sub-concepts so that students can clearly see through a visual representation of on the board what you're talking about. Content mastery is also important because it helps you to develop acronyms. I have done that several times. I take a complex topic and I look at words that look nice and simple. I remember when I was still teaching, I helped students in this concept of Clysoto. Clysoto is climatic factor, soil factor, topography, when I taught earth science, to help students understand the factors that can actually affect something. You just need to, if you know the main concepts and the sub-concepts, you can develop an acronym and come up with a single word. That's when students look at that single word, they can break it down and know that this word means this word means that. That's another way of summarizing, of developing the skill of summarizing concepts, especially when you have content mastery. Also, when you have content mastery, it is easy for you to quickly come up with examples and analogies to explain what you mean. Because you see, if you do not have content mastery, it is difficult for you to spontaneously come up with an analogy or an example to explain something that is complex for learners to understand. So the secret of effective teaching and summarizing content that is complex is having content mastery. So as a teacher, there's a saying that 5 minutes of or 10 minutes of planning saves like 20 minutes of execution. So likewise, as a teacher, before you deliver a lesson, you have to take time and have mastery, plan and have mastery of that content. Because once you do, no matter what, you can know how to simplify to bare bones the complexity of what you understand in such a way that every learner can understand. Take note, what makes you a great teacher is not how eloquent you are, or it's not how dramatic you are in front of the students, it's not how nice you are in front of the students. It's all about being able to simplify something that is complex for the learners to understand. If you have not reached that point as a teacher where you have content mastery and you can spontaneously come up with examples, analogies, or acronyms, or mind maps to help the students clearly see how simple what is presumed to be difficult is, then you have failed in your role as a teacher. So my encouragement to you is that before you teach any topic or before you deliver any lesson, make sure you have complete mastery of the content. This will enable you to develop acronyms, mind maps, trim the fats, and even make it easier for learners to see visually what that complex idea is all about. Thank you very much for listening. This was Teaching Made Easy. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel so that each time you can receive these videos anytime I put them up, and also hit the notification button so that you don't miss out on anything.